Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the 6 yard banter. A lot has gone on since since my last video, and I feel like it's only right that we also have a conversation about everything that has gone on. And yeah, so stick around till the end of the video, and hope that you like and comment, and yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So we'll start right from home. According to David Einstein, Liam Delap is expected to be out till November, and that's like approximately 10 weeks. And the games that he's going to be missing, important games. Now that the international break is over, when we expect players back, we are not going to be having Liam Delap back, and his absence starts from the game against Brentford, and then in the Champions League, Bayern Munich, and then Manchester United, and then the EFL Cup, that's Lincoln, Brighton, Benfica, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Ajax, Sunderland, and Tottenham. These are match defining games, like that defines how your season, how you're doing, how well you're going to finish in the league. And we bought Liam Delap because we need a focal point. Jackson wasn't there last season, and getting Liam Delap or having a presence like Liam Delap in the Chelsea lineup is like gives a lot of the attackers enough output and outlets for them to wreak havoc and do things differently compared to last season. It just gives us a different feel entirely. And if you watch the last game before he got injured, even though he didn't have so much touches on the ball, and in the previous games too, we could see that it was just completely different. And Joao Pedro was able to do things, especially in the West Ham game. We could see that it gave us a different dynamic. Now, Liam Delap being out for that duration of time is definitely going to, I think it's going to stifle us at some point. I only hope that it's not as long as it is. But then again, Matt Law posted on Twitter X later on today that they're going to have another scan on Liam Delap to find out the extent of his injury, which means there's a big chance that he's going to be out for even longer or shorter. But let's just keep our arms crossed and see how long this is going to go. But in the end, by the time he comes back from injury, it's gonna Chelsea do not rush players. Like they have to if he's supposed to be out for an estimated period of maybe 3 weeks, Chelsea actually had another 3 weeks just to be on the safer side. But all the same, I wish him all the best and hope that he recovers well and healthy, and he comes back stronger. And now that's the injury who isn't over there. We'll also now move on to someone who was supposed to be a cover for Moses Caicedo, and that's Dario Esugo. He was on international duty and felt some discomfort around his thigh area, and he has, according uh, to news outlets, Dario Esugo, unfortunately during the international break with the national team, felt something in his thigh that will keep him out for a while. It's frustrating to start the season like this, especially after already facing another setback not long ago. But I truly believe everything happens for a reason. God has a bigger plan. I will be back stronger. That's Darius Ugo's message to we the fans. You see, these are players who, when you look at their physique and the way they are built, you kind of have it at the back of your mind that if other players get injured, these are going to be the last set of people to get injured or break down. And it turns out that they are the ones breaking down faster. I don't want to say that they've been overloaded because Liam Delap only played the Premier League and not many competitions last season. He's only come back from and taking part in the World Cup and Club World Cup, and I've just so if players are supposed to fall or be dropping like flies, I didn't expect it to be Darius Sugo and Liam Delap. Anyway, I hope everything goes well for them. We do not even know the extent of Darius Sugo's injury, and we still have to keep managing Caicedo and hope that nothing happens to him whilst this while Darius Sugo is still recovering. It would have even been better if we could count on Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia is preparing and I started training on the field, and we hope that it doesn't break down soon. But you know how Lavia is. You can't count on his fitness. You can't count on his you can't hold your breath and believe that his injury crisis is over. Anyway, yeah. Now that Darisugo is out, we only hope that Moses Caicedo doesn't get injured and Maresca has to find a way to manage him. Now we have ready-made players to call upon in the midfield like Santos, Enzo Fernandez, and Moises Caicedo. Esugo was supposed to be a cover for Caicedo and it's out. Romeo Lavia is just coming back from injury. We cannot actually rush him into games, otherwise he's going to have another setback. Anyway, let's hope that everything works out well and that Caicedo doesn't break down. Now on to the next. Now Dortmund bosses are already looking into how they could sign Anselmino on a permanent basis. You see this club, Dortmund, I don't like them anymore. I said that in my previous videos. I don't like the way Dortmund operate. I think they come with this kind of vibe or energy like they don't have money to spend. But when Chelsea held their ground for Kanichukwu Emeka, they eventually paid. And for Aaron Anselmino, there is a massive player in this kid. And I don't think that I want Chelsea to sell or sanction a sale without giving him an opportunity. And I believe another thing, I have a feeling that if there's going to be a recall for Chelsea between Aaron Anselmino and Mamadou Sarr, I think it's going to be Anselmino that's going to be favored because it looks like he's more ready-made, more ready than Sarr. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I just get this feeling. But when I watch both of them, or when I've watched both of them, Anselmino just looks like he's ready to take the chance if given or if afforded to him than Sarr. Sarr is more controlling, more controlled, and not as aggressive as Anselmino. Anselmino is this kind of player, like I stated in my last video, that aside from his passing ranges and his passing abilities, is one type of player who's going to like that type of Fofana aggression or Levi Colwell, and the way he's going to, if he gets the chance to play the center back position like Tosin or Darabioyo, Tosin or Levi Cora, I think he's going to smash it. He's going to do well. So I don't think this is one player. In amongst the lone armies and all that, you always want to hope that one player isn't sold. For me, if there's one player I don't want Chelsea to let go of, it's going to be Aaron Anselmino. For some reason, I am just so happy that Chelsea have got a gem like that. So yeah, I don't know, but I hope Chelsea do not when if Dortmund comes calling, I hope Chelsea don't answer and push them off or drive them away, because I don't want Chelsea to sell Anselmino without giving me. If we give him a trial or give him the opportunity and he doesn't impress, all well and good. But I feel like he's already playing he's going to be playing in the Champions League, which means he's going to be more experienced, being exposed to top tier players. Unlike Mamadou Sarr, who's going to be playing in the Conference Cup, if I'm right, and all that. So yeah, I hope that Chelsea don't sell him. I hope Chelsea don't sell him. So Andrey Santos had to. This is what Andrey Santos had to say as regards to adjusting to life in Europe. He says every player who comes to Europe young goes through difficulties. The hardest part is playing because training sessions and matches are always so intense. After 2 or 3 months, you adapt to the Premier League's rhythm. That's when you really start to show your potentials. I feel adapted now. And yeah, it coming from a different continent, especially you definitely, even if you're coming from a different league, even in Europe, you still always need time to adapt and adjust. Coming from a different team again, you also need time to adjust to the manager's style and philosophy and all that. So it's not wrong about what he said. You in everything, especially in football, you always need time to adapt and to bed in, then to start to play to the rhythm and intensity of the league. And if you look at the way Andrey Santos played when he newly joined Strasbourg, you could see that he was still learning the style and trying to get up to the demands and the intensity of the the play, the demands of the coaches, the game in Strasbourg, and so even now I still feel he hasn't completely adapted, but I believe that is far off from where he started. And another thing I just want to say as regards this whole Andrey Santos. Now that we're talking about Andrey Santos, I feel like he's going to be an immense player, and I hope that Chelsea don't end up selling him. One positive that I can take from this international break is that the players are coming back uninjured. They are coming back unscathed, like injury free. We only have one player in Darius Sugo who's out, and hope that it's not going to be as long as we fear. The same goes for Liam Delap. I believe that this is a plus and a good thing for us, especially the attacking phase I mean, the strikers position. We only have Maguire and João Pedro. Thank goodness, even though Brazilian league is very physical and brutal, is coming back injury free. And same goes for Estevao. So yeah, it's good to have the players back in one piece and all that. So let's quickly talk about. Looks like we're going to be having an announcement soon as regards the sleeve, the Chelsea sleeve sponsor. So, Higher Group is considering signing a sponsorship deal with Chelsea. If an agreement is reached, the Chinese home appliance giant's logo will appear on the sleeves of the men's and the women's first team shirts. The club is looking for a new partner to replace Live Nation. So this one, yeah, okay. I just want to say a big well done to Chelsea, because even though we've been without sponsors, sleeves, front of shirt sponsors, and it looks like we've not had so much revenue income stream. They, they've done really well. Okay, and I really want to commend the jobs of the sporting directors in that regards for trying to hold the fort, and they've done a good job, I must say. Imagine if we had sponsorships, um, money coming in and all that, I think maybe it would have given us another backing or base to compete in the transfer market like we were unable to this season. So yeah, I think they've done a good job. And replacing Live Nation with IR Group, I don't know how it's gonna look, but that's not what I'm even particular about. At this point, it's getting more so ridiculous that up till now we'll still not come to a conclusion, or we don't know who FOS, that's Chelsea's front of shirt sponsor, is gonna be. Apparently, there's a Riyadh Air is the front runner in this regard, and I think I read in the news somewhere that there are also other names in the fray that are talking to the Chelsea are talking to who are actually concrete, but as of now, Riyadh Air, it's down to two people, and they're from the Middle East apparently. So Riyadh Air is not bad. It's not bad. I think there's also Qatar. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Qatar Airways, but Riyadh Air is apparently the front runner. Whoever it is, just already signed a deal, and let's 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 come to the end of this saga. The front of shirt sponsors are taking so long. I mean, gee, even we should just come to a conclusion already. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think about everything that has been said and talked about till now, and let's talk about the man who's gone missing, and we still do not know what the outcome of these the decision of the drug tests he had, what his ban is going to be, or what the outcome is going to be for him. And we're talking about Mykhailo Mudryk. So yeah, the this one, yeah, is very funny, and yeah, this is what it this is what has come out today. So according to one Ukrainian journalist, Igor Bobas, Modric received a stem cell injection from the Ukrainian NT physio to aid recovery after the player reported experiencing discomfort and not being able to play at the full capacity. It is reported that the stem cells were derived from a cow that may have been exposed to the banned substance melodonium. Okay, so if this is actually what happened, how the hell is Modric supposed to know? I mean, the physios and the scientists there are supposed to know more than Modric. Modric's what's left of Modric was to get injections to aid his mobility and other things. Okay, how on earth is he supposed to know that there is melodonium in the stem cell that he was injected with? Man was feeling discomfort. Okay, and he spoke with his physios and the other medical department, and he got injected with something that was supposed to aid his movement and mobility and reduce whatever discomfort or take out whatever discomfort he was feeling. If this is what really happened, the Ukraine the physios in Ukraine are supposed to be the one to be held accountable for this. Why is Modric facing a ban? It doesn't make any sense, because there's no way in hell, or there's no way in this earth that Modric would know that whatever he was injected with had the banned substance in it. I feel like this is so much wrong if this is the case, and it needs. I hope his legal advisors, his representatives, are making the most out of this situation if this is what really went down. And it's just so sad, because he was just starting to come out of his shell, and it was starting. You could see that Modric was starting to blend and starting to free himself of whatever shackles was holding him um, back from the onset, and to be exiled or taken out of the team because of something that, if this is the case, he had no knowledge of in any way, in any form. It's okay. Okay, the ban should stand, or they should be considering a ban if he actually ate, if it was something it took in. But this is an injection being given to him by some medical scientists, some physios. How is he supposed to know that? I hope they put that into consideration and they really, really look into it. Now, I think that's all we have to say as regards Chelsea. Now, to wrap up, let's talk about Nottingham Forest. Ange Postecoglou has been uh, hired and has been announced as the new Nottingham Forest manager, and this is it. Well, I don't want to go into so much details as regards to Ange Postecoglou. If you ask me, am I happy that Postecoglou is the new Nottingham Forest coach? Well, yes, because with the current crop of players that Nottingham Forest have, I don't think they will fit into his own philosophy and style. He's only going to want to try to use these players as best as he can, and I bet my bottom dollar these players, or this crop of players, are going to want to play on the front foot, which I think is going to be their undoing. Nuno Santos actually had a balance of both attacking and defense. When he went up against teams that are techier and more and tactic more fluid in terms of transition and all that, he kept a compact style, a compact setup. But if there were teams that he knew that he could easily run through, he allowed his team or the players play on the front foot. Postecoglou wants his players to keep a high line and be on the front foot at all times. And if you read what the owner of Nottingham Forest came out to say, he says everything just hinges towards the team playing on the front foot, and I think that's beautiful for the opponents. I mean, Chelsea and other teams will know how to catch, who would be able to catch this kind of teams on the counter or on the quick transition and all that. Okay, I'm only sorry. I only feel sorry for Callum Hudson-Odoi because he's a Chelsea grad, and I don't like seeing Chelsea players, Coban graduates, go through humiliations and all that. Postecoglou is one player, one coach who likes to be on the front line, and he doesn't know how to balance things. Maybe he would have learned, maybe he hasn't, but time will tell. And I'm glad it's not Mourinho, because if it happened to be Mourinho, oh my days, it's only gonna be so difficult. And that's, I think that a lot of people don't know how tough it is to be a defensive team. How keep you keep a one goal, you score one goal and you shot, and that one goal comes out to be the end of the game. So yeah, I feel like I wish Nuno Santos all the best going forward, and it remains to be seen what team he ends up managing. But I'm glad that Nottingham Forest have hired someone like Ange Postecoglou, and let's see what happens with Postecoglou and all that. So that's all we have for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, I'll be releasing my lineup as early as Friday morning. Yeah, lunchtime at the most. And don't forget to check out this space so that we to know what you guys think about what my lineup is going to be. And like I said, it's only positive that all the players are returning without any players injured, especially Reece James, and we have to find a way to manage Cucurella's minutes. The man has been playing for too long, and if you remember, this is what happened to Luke Shaw. Okay, well, now on the long run started affecting his muscles and all that, and then his body demanded that he stayed away from football for a period of time. If we do not manage Cucurella's minutes, this might end up being a situation. So I hope that Maresca finds a way to manage it, and maybe we already have Jorel Hato, so Jorel Hato can also come in and do a good job, especially when we're playing against teams like Brentford, and rest Cucurella for the Bayern Munich game. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget, it's Chelsea first and rivals next. Peace.